Hello, my loves. Right, we're doing an extreme set today. So I'm going to be using my TX Elite tips, but just quickly, this particular box that you can see here is not the TX Elite tip box. It's just a spare box I put my tips in. The TX Elite tip box is much more attractive, but you can buy them in bags of 500 for less than £10, or a box of 500 for £12. And the box is much prettier than that one. I'm also going to be using the Alina AB mixed crystals and also the Alina Adara, but I forgot to put that in at the beginning. I'm going to be using Smileys Glitter Store Purple Haze. This is stunning. You can hear Milo is in here, you know, he always follows me. That's the dog, for people that are new, follows me everywhere. I'm also going to be using the Purple Myar shards. Now these are like little bits of thin iridescent purpley stuff. Right, let's get these tips on. So I've prepped my nails. I have applied a top coat to my nails and a peel off base coat because I do so many designs I don't want to damage my nails. So I will be applying the tips to that, and I don't use adhesive for those that are new to my channel because I am I react to it. So it's not like an aggressive allergy. I react to it. It gives me flu-like symptoms, which is pretty nasty. So I'm scoring the little bit underneath the nail tip, just slightly. And then once that's scored, what I'm going to do is just add a bit of base coat to the underneath of the tip. Now I was applying it to my nail and then to the tip, but I decided to cut a step out and see if it made any difference, if it made them weaker. It didn't. I've taken the bottom off of my Lucente lamp and then propped it on top of my tip box slightly forward, so I've got a larger gap underneath. And what that does is allow me to hold the nail in an awkward position under the lamp without, because trying to get your finger in a lamp when you've got two hands together is very difficult. So you'll see what I mean, but there's like an overhang so I can actually fit my hand underneath in this position. I turn my lamp on, apply the tip above the lamp, and then hold it under and cure it. So what I do is I turn the lamp on for 60 seconds, knowing full well that about a third of that I'm going to be messing about with it for, because it only needs really 30 seconds to cure, but I just give it a 60-second on so that I've got time to mess about and get it in place. See what I mean? So I'm gonna, all the time the light is still on, but it doesn't matter. As soon as I bring that nail under, and because I've got the lamp hanging over, almost like hanging off the edge of a cliff, I've got that space to do that. Works perfectly. And the tips stay in place beautifully, and I just don't have to come into contact with that horrible chemical that's in adhesive, because it just makes me so ill. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but since I completely eliminated it, I haven't had any sinus trouble at all. I'll get my seasonal sneezes like normal people, like with hay fever season and certain pollens and stuff, but I was so sensitive to the cyanoacrylate that is in adhesives. I just couldn't cope with it anymore. So it made me feel really ill. I'm applying a base layer of acrylic. I'm using Nailmate's Crystal Clear and Nailmate Monomer. It's my core system, so I always use it. The clear acrylic is fantastic because it's double milled, so you don't get like loads of air bubbles like you do with some other brands. The milling process is what alters the likelihood of air bubbles, because the finer the powder, the less likely for the air bubbles, basically. Or so I've been told. I'm no chemist. Right, once that's starting to set, I'm going to give it a little pinch. The reason for that is, I don't know if you'll see this on some people, but when they have long tips, if they don't pinch them at the end, they sometimes look a little bit like they're splaying out. So you don't necessarily need to pinch your actual nail tight, but just bringing that tip in slightly will stop the nails looking wider. Right, I'm going in. I'm using Valentino's Lustrous Pink. It is very much like Glitterbell's, what's it called? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. The pink one that shimmers with glittery bits in it. I can't remember the name. I've got it as well. I don't know. But Lustrous Pink is a soft pink with these minute sparkly glitter in, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. I think CJP do one as well, which is gorgeous, but I can't use their monomer. I might be able to use their powder with this monomer. It's only on me after all, so it doesn't bother my insurance. Anyway, I've applied my first bead and I've made my smile line. Now, if you really get stuck with smile lines, I do have a course which is very short course, and it's very good value for money, and it's just focusing on how to get those smile lines even, how to get a good step, and how to get a really sharp line. So that's available. It's a short course that's, you know, a good value for money. And if you struggle with product application, I have courses on that, and shaping. I have courses on tip application. It's all available if you need it. Just look on the website. So I am just nudging that brush in around the sides of the smile line just to make sure my wall is being created. Now these are a long nail, so I'm taking that smile line down long. Generally the rule is, well, if it's competition work, the rule's like 50-50, but you don't want a short smile line on a long nail because it would look odd. It's sort of like a balance thing. Adding a little bit more because I need an apex in the back third of that nail. Again, if you struggle with anything like that, apex placement, prep work, you know, we're going back into salon situations now. So if you start finding you're struggling, I do have short courses. I find it's more beneficial for people to have short courses purely because they may only need to brush up on one area. So why pay for a massive course that you don't need when you just need a short course that can help you, that is good value for money, and it's not too time consuming. Now I'm going in with Glitterbow's Snowdrops White, and I'm not sure why, because my monomer was fresh, everything was fresh, but I noticed once it had set, it kind of had a yellowy tinge to it. I don't know if anyone else has had this or whether, I just don't know. But it was just odd. And then while that white is setting up, I'm going back to the pinky, or going across to the pinky, and I'm going to apply a glitter base to this one. I should have probably put a little bit of purple down first, just as a background colour, but I didn't because I'm silly. I also feel like I should have adjusted this tip size a little bit more because I have such small nails. This is the smallest tip, but it was a bit too wide for me, and I forgot to reshape it before I started applying product, which meant my finish filing was a nightmare. But yeah, I'm just literally dipping in my brush in a bit of clear acrylic and then picking up some of the glitter and adding it to the nail to do like a wash of that iridescent purple glitter, purple haze. And then I'm just applying a little bit more of the acrylic, and I'll apply a little bit more of the glitter, and I'm kind of sandwiching it and layering it up. Here I'm just patting raw glitter into the nail. So you can do it many different ways, just go with the flow. Once I am happy with that, I'm going to add some of those little Myar pieces. It's not Spout Mylar, and they don't look the same as Mylar either. They kind of look, I don't know, different. Mylar is normally like triangular pieces and square pieces and stuff. This is different. This is almost like little threads, but not as thin as strands. It's different. I like it. Right, so let's let that set and go back to the index finger. I'm applying Lustrous Pink, and I'm just going to blend that in like an ombre nail. So press the back of the bead down so we don't get a step, and then just drag that bead through the nail. And again, I'm starting the ombre further down because it is a longer nail. Yeah, I don't know why the white lost its white. It just, when I went back to apply the pink, I noticed the white had just got a tinge to it. It was really odd. I've had it happen before, and I just thought, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but it just happens again, so I guess it's, I don't know. It's annoying, is what it is. Right, I'm going to get that cuticle bead on and pop it in, using the tip of my brush to tuck it around the cuticle. Very gentle movements, and then the middle of that brush moves the product to where you want it to go and flattens it out. Remember, you want to keep a little bit in the back of that nail for the start of the apex. When you're dealing with the long nail, you just need to take your time and build it up bit by bit, because it's very easy with long nails to start losing the shape. Any mistakes you make are emphasized when you go extreme. It really makes you have to work harder, and it's a real challenge, and I love that challenge because even I still make mistakes because I really rush. These took me like 2 hours. This is just too fast. It's not paying enough attention, and I see that in the end. I look and I go, oh God. But the best thing about these tips, because let's face it, very few of us can handle them this length. The best thing I like about the TX Elite tips is because they're so long, you have so much choice of length. You're not limited. Because with other tips that I've used, I found I was using them at their full length and I could have done with a little bit more, you know? So having that extra length means you can cut them back, but you've still got good length on them. Gives you that flexibility. And they've got a nice flexible C-curve on them, so they don't pinch your nail too much. So I'm literally, all I've done is pick up a small bead of clear acrylic, go into the glitter, and then create a little swooshy. I'm just tidying it up with my brush. Get it as neat as you can. It really looks nice when it's nice and neat. There we are, just tapping that in there. Beautiful. Right, what next then? Next, we're going to do a full nail of the nude, the lustrous pink from Valentino. So I've got quite a big bead on there. I mean, considering this is a size 10 brush, that is a nice big fat bead. And I'm just going to build this nail up. I'll work in zones and build it up, build the structure, because it doesn't need to be capped or anything like that. So I'll let you watch this bit. It's just, I know it's a basic application, but it's still good for learning because it's different with long nails. It's a lot more work. So while that sets up, let's go to the pinky and we're going to ombre. Ombre! I'm really cross with myself about this pinky that I did not adjust the size of the tip. I should have done. It's just such an error and it's stupid, but it's done now. It was the end of a long day. I did this like at tea time last night. So as you can see, the first bead is blended effortlessly into the glitter. It's a shame. I don't really know if we can get Valentino powders here in the UK anymore, which is a shame because they are very, very good. But we couldn't get the monomer anyway, so I couldn't tell you what that's like. And it is better to have a cohesive system wherever you are, really, you know. So, second bead goes on and I've tucked it in and I'm just fine tuning it around there. Oh, that index finger, look how sparkly it is. Oh, I love it. It's very pretty. Just blending that in, checking it all over, noticing that it's too wide and hating myself for it. Right, Nailmate Grape Pop is the name of this colour. Now, you can marble it because it separates, as you can see, but also if you just brush through it, it sort of glides all back together again. So it's quite easy to unmarble, if you know what I mean. I don't mind when a company sort of says this is a colour that separates. I'm like, cool, fair play. When a company says this is our perfect colour and doesn't admit that it separates, I don't know why. I think I get irritated with it. It's like a matter of principle. If you're going to sell me a colour that separates, tell me it separates and I'll still buy it. But if you pretend it doesn't, I won't buy it. It's weird, isn't it? I think that's just me though. I like a bit of the older up front. Yeah, this has a bit of a marble to it, but... All right, Milo, you're going to go on your little bed. Good boy. Doggy's back again. So this purple colour is actually absolutely stunning. I really, really love it. It's really beautiful. So I'll just keep adding to it. You don't need much to build up the opacity. You don't need a thick layer of colour. You want to make sure whatever product you use, you just use it as thin as possible. And if the pigment isn't there, then get a better brand. That's all I can suggest. Because if you're having to make your nails thick in order to get a good colour, you're going to have really bulky nails once you've capped it. And coloured acrylics need to be capped because they just don't have the level of clear in them to make them as strong. The clear has been diluted by pigment. Look at that glitter! This is the Purple Haze glitter from Smileys. Just picked up with a bead of clear acrylic, and oh my dang god, it is stunning. Are you missing Mr. B on the voiceover? I will get him back in, it's just some of them have to be, you know, informative and not just us laughing the whole way through. I might get him on the podcast, what do you think? You guys could ask Mr. B a question on the podcast. He's hilarious. He'll say it how it is. Right, look at that. See how much different the glitter looks over that purple? It really goes. It just pops, doesn't it? It pops, it bangs and it clangs. Absolutely beautiful. So then I'm going to go in with the other glitter as well, the Myar pieces. Look at those. Lovely. And we'll add those all in. And then we'll let that nail set, because obviously you don't want to cap it yet. If you cap it while it's wet, all the glitter will move and it will just all turn into a sludge. So you need to give it a couple of minutes to stick in place and start to dry, which is why you'll see me move from one nail to the next. Okay, back to the pinky, because that's all set in place and we're going to cap that now. I really hate this nail. I'm only being honest, I really do. It's just too wide, it looked ugly. Can't stand wide nails. But yeah, you know, I went off camera when I was bloody capping, sorry. Right, now this nail's set in place. I'm just laying a little bit of monomer down on it. That's Oliver running up the stairs. Just so that the acrylic flows nicely. Got a nice big bead. And he's running back downstairs again. And we're going to cap that nail. Now remember, if it ain't matte, it ain't capped. So what you'll see, the glitter will change to a matte when it has the covering of clear acrylic on it. That is what means that glitter is safe and encapsulated. If it ain't matte, it ain't capped, which means when you file, you will file off your glitter. So just remember that, if it ain't matte, it ain't capped. I will get t-shirts. I think we should get some elite t-shirts because of the, you know, we are part of the elite. So I think we should. Okay. Finish that capping, making sure that nail is even throughout. It's really hard to keep the whole nail in shot because they're so long. There you go. Did you see Absolute Nails video? Nikki did the most beautiful set. She's like me, she can't wear them this long, but just loves doing them this long. And yeah, if you haven't seen her video, check it out. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right, we need to cap the index finger, so I'll let you watch this one.
Life is a winding road.
Now just quickly, the reason I'm capping all these before I work on my smile line is because I don't want the dust from the smile line getting on the other nails before they're capped. So encapsulate everything and have everything else done before you file in that smile line. Trust me, it'll save you a lifetime of dust extraction. So I've filed in the smile line and I'm going in with Great Pop. And I'm just going to brush out the marble. And then I'll go up and over that smile line because I want a good coverage. But I don't want it thick because I'm going to add the 2 layers of glitter as well. So I kind of want it to go over the smile line. I'll file it back later, I'm not fussed. It's no biggie. And then I'll just go right up into those wings as well because the wings go quite far back. So I'm pulling back the skin, I'm moving everything out the way and I'm going right up into those wings. There you go, right up there. Same on the other side. It's really hard to keep it in shot when you do really long nails. What would you guys like to see next anyway? What would you like to see? Because I sometimes run out of inspiration, so just in case I do hit the wall, can you help your girl out? What would you like? Do you want long, short, stiletto? Do you want acrylic, hard gel? What colours do you want? Let me know. I aim to please. Right, going in with the purple haze glitter and a little bit of acrylic just to help it on its way. And then I'll go in with the Myar pieces as well. I really love it. I love it. I am in love. There we go. Beautiful. I capped off camera because you've seen me cap and filed off camera because I couldn't stay in shot. These are the Alina Crystals and the Alina ABs. So we're going to do a cluster here. I'm also going to use some other bits from the Spring Opal mix. I'm just opening my hard gel. This is Perfect Nails fibre gel. It's a new pot. I love a new pot of gel. So I'm just taking my gel brush and applying a little cone of gel here. Not too big. I'll grab the crystal in my hand because it's massive. And I'm going to put that into position and then cure that for 60 seconds. Get that first one in place. These are stunning. I'm in love with them. Then I'm going to put another one at the back, because one on its own would look boring. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it, right? So one on the back. They lean against each other. They look beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm sad that I put a peel off base coat because I just love the bling so much. These crystals are so shiny. These are from the Spring Opal mix. However, I will be making them available as individuals if you want to stock up on that shape. I've got lots of shapes coming in the next week. So I'm going to apply these into that space. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, I love it. All these are available on my website. The discount code's in the description. They're absolutely beautiful to work with. You know, before Swarovski wrapped up their production, I was a Swarovski educator. I worked with them directly, and I swore down I would never find anything that I loved as much. But I am so happy with these, and I absolutely adore them, and I never thought I'd say that, ever. You know, anyone that watches my old videos knows me. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm so happy. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of the hard gel down the nail. Looks like a flower from the top, doesn't it? Because of the cut with those Adara crystals. There we go. So I'm just going to do a little trail going down the nail. I'm using one of the, I think they were called mermaid's tail pieces from the Spring Opal mix. And then just going down, these are all from the AB mix pack. You get all 5, I think it's 5 different sizes from the AB mix pack. I personally separate them. I do also sell the individual size packs, so if you can't be bothered to separate them, just buy them individually. You get over 1,400 in each pack. So there's plenty to keep you going. And if you're a bling addict like me, I'd recommend it because you will use them. So on the other nails, I'm just going to do little crystal cuffs. Nice and simple. I'll let you watch these couple. So if you struggle with crystal application and you're not quite there yet, you're getting them caught in your hair and God knows what, there's a course linked in the description box. It's very good value for money. Less top coat. Oh, it's time to shine, baby. Woohoo! Yeah, the course on Udemy is £15 plus VAT, and it's a very, very good course. It will teach you all about crystal application, how to build up your kind of confidence, how to mark it, how to photograph crystals, all that kind of thing. And it's got some very good 5-star reviews, so previous students have been very happy. Okay. I do love a top coat. Look at that. The lighting's all over the place today because I had an extra lamp that I was using, because I feel like my videos look dark. It's really odd. I think it's not my lighting, because my lighting is amazing. It's the camera. I need to change the settings on it. So, more top coat porn. You know it. Sexy. I've included a couple of photographs of the nails as well at the end, as well as a video, just to show you kind of more natural light. Now, obviously, don't top coat over your crystals. Please go around them. If I was going to wear these nails, I'd be going around them with a small detailer brush. But, you know, they came straight off. I've kept the nails. They're all intact. Because I can either put them back on if I want to, or I can, I don't know what to do with them, really. Oh, Milo. Gosh, the dog. Want to go in, want to go out. Want to go in, want to go out. So, yes. Top coat that beautiful smile line nail. Also, I have a podcast, which I don't talk about enough because I forget I've got it. We talk about things you want to talk about. And I think I might get Mr. B on it. So if you'd like us to answer any questions, whether it's nail related, whether it's just life in general, like, we're here to help, and we just love having a good old chat. So let me know. It's called the Nail Room Podcast, and it's available on, or the Nail Room, sorry, it's what it's called, the Nail Room. It's available on Apple, Spotify, Google, all the big podcasting apps. It's free. Let's get the reveal shot. Here we go. I really, really hope you've liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking the time to comment, like, and share our content. Seriously, so grateful for your support. I'll see you in the next video. Tally bye!